Dexter and Sinister, heraldry terms. Heraldry is like flags and shields, coat of arms. So when looking at a coat of arms, it's like a shield that a soldier would wear. It's got left and right. Dexter is right, Sinister is left. Why not just call it left and right? It's like east and west. If you go far enough west, you end up east. Dexter and Sinister, right and left. Just walking uphill. So here, from my perspective, you can see my right hand. This is my right hand, and it's your right hand. This is the left, your left. So when you're looking at me, my right is your left, and your right is my left. Like we're standing on a stage. To my right is the audience's left. So you would shout to the audience, here on guitar to my left, and I would point right. So Dexter and Sinister, depends on whose side you're on, to which side is the Dexter and Sinister. And in heraldry, each side of the crest are supporters. And there's a motto, and then there's the crest. And if you reverse them, if you're standing behind them instead of facing them, it says something different, has a different energy, has a different meaning. So as a musician, I stand on stage and play my song, maybe alone. Maybe there's 10,000 people in the audience. And so it's better for me to then point to the right when I mean left, or point with my left hand when I mean right to the audience. It's somewhat like Alice in Wonderland, like Alice through the looking glass, where we stand by each other instead of facing each other. And then we see a different perspective. Not just look at, but see. And seeing isn't just a matter of thinking one particular way. It's almost like learning a language and then being able to communicate in that language. What you meant before was the same, but suddenly you observe the world and interact and communicate with the world on a totally different way round, because you're using a foreign word for your own advantage. So in that same way, we step through a looking glass of the way we see things, the way we feel. Because the way we the way we see, the way we perceive is based largely on our mood, on the way we feel, where we are, what time it is. And not so much on our mental opinions, because our mental opinions can suddenly change when we're in a bad mood or confused or something. It's an interesting aspect to look at, So imagine life from your opponent's point of view, to try and see through their eyes. So imagine you are the predator, not the prey. So imagine that you are the prey if you're always a predator. So imagine being the one being hunted rather than to be the hunter. Just to put yourself in those shoes and to ask yourself, now with the same problems as your enemy, you've got a lot of things in common. And so the things that maybe distracted you or detached you from your enemy in the first place and turned that one into an enemy were the same things that you feared within yourself. And so literally the enemy became yourself. And this is the perfect shield. This is the perfect shield that does not attack or defend in the same way. But the shield can neutralize the opponent into attacking himself or being a part of the goodness in the shield. When we see something in the world, and be it an image or somebody says something or something happens, and we judge from an external point of view, facing, without thinking of why that individual may choose to do those things, then our judgment is our own. So if I decide to judge evil, if I think evil of that thing, then I become evil. Like a mirror. I see an enemy in the mirror and it's growling at me, so I growl back. It growls even more, so I shout and it echoes back. And then I punch the mirror. And it's not until I break that mirror that I can see that it was me in the mirror. But the mirror's like glass. You stand behind the other side of it anytime you like and see the clarity of the reason and see through both perspectives, Dexter and Sinister. Dexter right, Sinister left.